Oh boy, I probably feel a little bit more comfortable than I did. What'd you say, 23 years ago? I kind of know what's going to happen. I know the routine a little bit by now, so I don't feel any different in that regard. But inside your body, it's the same. You still get butterflies, and you still feel that competitive sort of nervousness before a game starts. And like most coaches will tell you, once the ball goes up, that all goes away, and you just dive in, compete, and go win or lose, and go home. So it's not a whole lot different for me, in all honesty.
After all this time, is it still important to get off to a good start?
See, that's one of those questions, that I know you stayed up all night to think of. It shows such a depth of thought.
I don't know how many more times I can get to get.
And so then if I bring that up, like I just did, then I'm defensive, Silly question. Good God.
Has Bryn Forbes had to do any re-acclimating after a year away, or has it been sort of seamless?
No, Bryn, we all know Bryn does what he does, and we don't try to change him. If we did, he would break. He'd fall to a million pieces if we tried to make him what he's not. So because he does what he does do so well, I just leave it alone. Keep it right there.
There was a question, I guess there was an option to extend Lonnie's contract as of yesterday, and that didn't happen. How do you think that he has dealt with that?
I don't know. I don't talk to him about it. Brian Wright, GM, he does that stuff. So it's not on my radar.
It's fair to say that you have high expectations for him this season, though.
Yeah, he's been coming off the bench. He's a scorer. He can score, and we're not a high-powered team offensively. So what he does for us is going to be very important, throughout the season for sure.
Coach, with McDermott in that starting lineup, how much do you like the way that he's developing chemistry early on with his new teammates?
He's been great for our team because he obeys the basketball gods. He cuts with purpose. He makes the extra pass. You can kind of tell he's a coach's son. He just does things the right way. Great teammate. He understands things quickly. So he sets a really good example in all those fundamental ways for everybody else. So he's been a wonderful addition.
You sort of alluded to this, but this roster doesn't have too many players in terms of guys that can come through scores and end-game situations. Is this season a bit of a sort of opportunity and challenge to see how they're responding?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we have, the big-time go-to guys that, a lot of teams have. But as long as we understand we have to do this together, we'll be okay. This is more of a together thing more than any team I've ever coached here, because we really have to depend on each other, really be responsible to each other, and understand that every possession is really important to us, because there's not going to be one guy on our team we give the ball to and say, go score. That's not who we are.
Kind of along those same lines, you mentioned at the start of camp that this is group leadership. You kind of envision that being the case throughout the season, or are you hoping that there is one or two guys that kind of step up as the season goes along?
Well, that's usually the paradigm that most of us think about or are used to, but you can't make it happen and you can't push it. The way we are right now, it's really refreshing to see all of them help each other and say things to each other the right way, whether it was, you should have gone back door, or I could have made that pass, or I didn't block out. They're all very willing to understand that we're not going to be perfect, but we know what we have to do to win. So I don't really look to one person or two people in a way that we usually do, but you know, the guys that have been here for a couple of years, not a long time, but a couple of years, you know, you hope that they'll set the example for everybody else. And so far they've done that. Practice has been really good.
Hey, Coach, after
Yes.
the uncertainty of last year, do you allow yourself a chance to kind of savor having fans back for the season opener and the atmosphere
Oh,
surrounding
well, it's way better with fans. That's just not a, you know, a gratuitous comment. It's for real. I mean, it helps you generate competitiveness. It makes everything more enjoyable. Players react to it. So having the fans, I think, is fantastic. No pun intended. Ugh, it was ugly. Anybody else? Okay. Have a good evening.